This is Nex Machina from Housemarque. Housemarque make some really good twin stick shooters like Resogun and Super Stardust, Alien Nation, Dead Nation, lots of that kind of thing. And this is very much in their wheelhouse. It's another twin stick shooter. They are working in collaboration with Eugene Jarvis. If anyone doesn't know him, he is a gameplay designer or game designer, and he designed the original Defender, Robotron, Smash TV, which are basically great-great-grandfathers of Housemarque's games. Big, very big, very important twin stick shooters. Particularly Robotron. Robotron was you're the protagonist trying to save humanity from the robot uprising, basically. And Nex Machina, this game, is very much a modern retelling of that kind of concept. There's lots of robots, not that many humans, and you're just the lone protagonist trying to kill them all. And it's a twin stick shooter, and Robotron, not exactly the first twin stick shooter, very close, I would say. Probably the biggest at the time. Definitely popularized the twin stick setup for arcade games, for shooters. This is just a lot of polish for a twin stick shooter. They're not doing anything particularly new, particularly if you've played Resogun. This is in a lot of ways another remix of it. It's got the same kind of concepts. It's a twin stick shooter, as I've mentioned many times at this point. You're trying to save humanity. By saving humans, you increase your point score, and trying not to die, because if you die it resets your points and so on. In a lot of ways it is harder than Resogun. I find it's harder than Resogun, but in a lot of ways it's more forgiving. So for the life system, so Resogun, as you continue playing the game, you will eventually unlock weapon upgrades and ship upgrades and things like that. And the weapon upgrades makes your guns more powerful, or they start tracking enemies and things like that. Not so much in this game. You can see in the bottom left corner there's these kind of 5 power-ups. They don't make your gun stronger, they just kind of modify it. They kind of widen the spread, they widen the range, they give you a shield, they give you a longer dash, things like that. And in Resogun, when you die, so if you lose all your lives and you have to continue, you lose all of that. So it resets your character, you reset your ship back to default. And that still happens here, but it's much faster to get up to speed than it is in Resogun. Resogun takes a very long time to get all your stuff back, and it can be kind of disheartening when it happens, and you're kind of like, I actually don't want to continue because it's going to take me forever to get all my power back. Whereas this, you'll get it back fairly quickly. The bar that's filling up in the bottom left indicates when you'll get the next power up, and it happens fairly fast. So one way they kind of change the formula a little bit is Resogun and Robotron, if we go all the way back, and Defender to some extent, all takes place in the same area. It's like one map, and you kind of just move around it. Whereas Nex Machina, it's one level, but you're kind of jumped around it a lot very quickly. You're only spending maybe 30 seconds in one section, and then you're jumped to another section that has a different setup, has a different enemies, obviously getting more difficult, more things on screen and things like that. But it does keep it fresh, because you're not like you're not getting lazy, because as soon as the enemies are dead, you're jumped to the next area and then you're back into the thick of it. You don't really get a chance to take a breath. It might be a bad thing, it might be a good thing, but I do think it keeps the game moving. Keeps it moving very fast. The only thing it kind of hampers is there are secrets, like there's secret areas and secret pickups and things like that, that you don't really see because the game moves you along so fast. You don't really get to just move around the map and see what's going on. That's fine. That's clearly intended design. You should just pay attention. I think one interesting thing is the game defaults you to experienced for difficulty, even though the actual default difficulty is rookie. Which is kind of strange. I'm not sure if that was intended, but from cold startup into the menu, new game, you're straight onto experience rather than rookie, even though the description for rookie is default. Anyway, I thought that was strange. So along with Eugene Jarvis for gameplay design, they have Ari Pukinen, I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce his name, for soundtrack. Soundtrack is fantastic. He's not the only composer, but he's probably the biggest name on it, I'd say. He does a lot of work for Housemarque. He did some work for Resogun and some of the Nation games. And he's worked with Frozen Byte in the past on Trine, and he's the composer for the Angry Birds theme. Don't hold that against him. The soundtrack for this is very synthy, kind of 80s. It's really nice. This is a really, really good game. Again, it's not doing anything new, but what it is doing is really, really, really good. It's really good. It's a lot of fun to play. And I think you should give it a go. Here's our boss, the first boss, Beamtron. I'm kind of blasting my way through this level. You don't really get to see how the death system works within this life, because I'm really good, you know? Never mind, this is on rookie mode. Shut up. I'm just really good at this game. It's also not full price. It's the same as Resogun. I think it's only half price, €20, something like that. Definitely worth it. I think some of the Nation games were in the PS Plus last month, maybe before that. I'm really looking forward to their next game, Matterfall. To be honest, I'm looking forward to any game Housemarque makes at this point. They just do good work. Nice. Also, something else to notice, PS4 Pro, HDR support and all that. I bet this game looks gorgeous. And I bet YouTube has completely just eaten this upload, and I'm sorry if that happens, but nothing I can do much about that. YouTube compression, it is what it is. Anyway, that's Nex Machina. That means death machine in Latin. Check it out.